Well, hello, everyone. Kurt Kelly, and we're here in Tallahassee, and it's good to be in the new year. 2024 is upon us. And what's also upon us is the Florida legislative session that began yesterday, 10 o'clock. House and Senate met, did their thing, had their speaker and the president of the Senate give their message, and then everyone came together to hear the governor come in and give the state of the state. We have I think several pieces of legislation that we're watching carefully and we'll be working with. You'll hear more about that in our Rally and Tally. So let me remind you, if you haven't already registered for Rally and Tally, you need to do this. You're going to miss a chapter in your life if you're not here for Rally and Tally this coming week. We start on Tuesday. We're going to be at the Old Capitol starting at 1 o'clock. And then once we finish that and get you some information about what's going on in the political world, we're going to have that great event that we always have with Selfless Love and the Dream Tank. And we've been promised that we're going to have a couple of great folks to be there to join us. I'll let Mike talk about that in a second, but I like that every 2 years we have a new chair. We bring in our chair. I don't know that as chair you could actually do this for more than 2 years. It's a challenge. It has a lot of responsibility. And every new chair comes in and says, I think this is the direction, listening to its members, this is the direction we need to take as a membership organization. And I'm very thankful that we have two great chairs of the foundation, Mike DeBreezy. And today I want to make sure that you get to hear from Mike Watkins, our chair of the Florida Coalition for Children. Mike has some things that he's been working on. He's just finished putting them all together. And Mike, I'm glad you're here, brother. Appreciate you. I know that you didn't know it was going to be this much work, did you? But I appreciate you. So I know that you are about ready to roll out the appointments of all the committee chairs and so forth. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, it's an exciting time. 2024. I got an early session, as you mentioned, Rally and Tally next week. So a lot of good stuff going on. I've been working very closely with Mike DeBreezy and the executive team to try to reconstitute all of the committee chairs. So you should see that today or tomorrow as we announce those leaders are going to step up and take on that responsibility and give back to the coalition and our mission to make sure that we're getting the information that we need, we're making the right decisions, and also that we can chart a best path for the Florida Coalition for Children.
And as we were talking about this, and I know you and I chatted right before Christmas time, Mike asked me, he said, do we have a master calendar of events? And I said, we have a lot going on. And so I will tell you that I appreciate that you have sat down and looked at the key events that we're going to have at the coalition. Now we have some folks that'll be in some like executive committee meetings and so forth, but we're also trying to be as broader inclusiveness. I think you heard that a lot. You might want to just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So for 2024, what better time to chart, the times that we're going to be together, the events that we're going to be together. So we're kind of building around, I think, 3 or 4 major times that we can come together physically across the state. So usually starts with the Florida Coalition's annual conference. So we'll have that. Would be our first event where everyone's together. And then, of course, the Department of Children and Families Summit. The secretaries agreed to meet with us there in that meeting. And then somewhere near the end of the year, we're going to have the Florida Coalition Symposium in December. So I think those will kind of be the anchor events where everybody's together, and we always look forward to those. But we also said, hey, let's be thoughtful and put forward a schedule for the entire year. So when we looked at those events and worked closely with the Secretary of the Department of Children and Families, we get back on a monthly cadence. So monthly meetings with the Department of Children and Families, monthly meetings with our board and executive committees. So I know that you're going to have staff send that out to all the membership so that folks can plan accordingly and can participate in those events. We also have the weekly calls. So we've made some changes. We've had 4 or 5 of those now. Went to the opposite direction, trying to speed those up. I've gotten some good feedback. So over the next 2 weeks, would really like to have input as we fine tune that and adjust that so it best meets our membership's needs.
And while we're saying that, we will not be having a call because of Martin Luther King's celebration of his birthday, and it's a federal holiday. We will not be having a call that, but I do encourage that because the feedback, I obviously, for almost 10 or 11 years, we had this process where it was an hour Monday morning call. And it was like a radio show for me. I know I plan on Sundays, but we heard that maybe we need to shorten that. But I also think there's some other opportunities. So if you have some input on that, just reach out to you, or you can send it to communications@flchildren.org. We always are looking forward to be as inclusive as possible.
Yes, and we can always be better. So we do want to make sure that voices are heard. And if there's an agenda item that we should be talking about, whether it's an announcement, a strategic issue, a risk issue, a timely issue, then get it to me or Mike DeBreezy or you, Kurt, at the address that you provided, so that we can make that time really valuable to folks.
And then yesterday, as we have all of this going on up here at the Capitol, I know it went across the state, but Mike, I'm talking to Mike, and he's sending videos to me in his service area where a major tornado had touched down and so forth. I know that you have a message that you want to talk to all of our folks about.
Yeah, I just want to send out our warmest wishes to folks that hopefully they're safe. There's folks that I was on the phone with yesterday. Jen Petion was taking shelter during one of our calls, and other folks were doing the same as this ban went all across Florida. We had some significant damage in our area in Panama City Beach. There was some lives lost and a lot of property lost, as well as in Marianna, Florida, inland, if you know that area. So we are still taking stock of that. Thankfully, it's a blessing that none of our folks have been harmed in that process. I hope that's true across the state. That nobody actually suffered a loss of life or anything like that. And we'll just pray that those folks are okay.
Well, Mike, I'll tell you, this is one of the things. This is the heart of the coalition. It was Mike Watkins that told me before I even came here that we have the greatest story to tell. We have the best story in America to tell. And it's not just performance based. It's the heart. We are a family. When things like this happen, the coalition wants to be there for you and be a part of it. But also, we are doing some great work and some great things in community-based care. I'm looking forward to reconstituting that message and getting that back into the legislature again. So I appreciate your leadership, the leadership of so many folks, and the opportunity to really engage this coming year and the next couple of years is our real focus as you continue to do the great work you're doing. I'll close with this today, and I just want to remind you again, back to Rally and Tally. Please you got to do that one. We're time sensitive, need to get that done. And also just thank you for all the great work that you've done over the years. Our last board chairs, we appreciate the work that they've done. From my first time when I was here with Nadareh Salim, and just the great work that does. This organization is about membership, and we're very excited about where we're going in the next couple of years, and we're looking forward to having you involved. Let's commit ourselves in 2024 to commit to healing through love and peace. God bless.